in today's video, I'm going to be talking about the job market. I'm going to show you guys a few videos to see how difficult it's been for people to find work in 2025. And I'm going to make a really big guess, but I'm pretty sure in 2026 it's going to stay hard to find work. With the introduction of AI and all of this automated software that's supposed to assist us now in finding jobs and doing our work, it's just made it so much harder for people to find work and to keep work.
The fuck is even the job market right now? Because how are you going to call me for an interview, I show up for my interview, then you tell me that you were not aware or prepared that I was coming in for an interview. I do the interview, then you tell me to come back in a few days for orientation, bring my 2 form of IDs. I show up for my orientation. They had no idea I was even coming in. They were asking me, are you here for orientation or are you here for the interview? I say orientation, and they say, oh, we're actually going to re-interview you. Now just wait a few more days where you might hear back from us. We decide to move forward with you.
That is just freaking ridiculous. How are you going to call somebody and not know that they're there for an interview and then follow up with that with an orientation invite and then tell the person that they have to re-interview? That's kind of ridiculous and it shouldn't be allowed.
Over the last year, I have applied to 1,769,347 jobs. So let's see how it went. So out of all of these jobs I applied to, I got ghosted from 1.6 million of them and rejected from 92,000 of them. So that's what that looks like. Looks pretty crazy from a visual standpoint, but as you can see right here, I got replies from 3,400 of them, so that's great, right? Out of all those replies, I replied to a couple of them too late. They already hired people, and I ended up only getting 9 interviews from 3,000, so that's kind of crazy. From there, I rejected 2 of them because the pay wasn't what I was looking for. I got rejected by 2 companies. For one of these companies, I didn't have to do any tasks, and then for 4 of the other ones, I had to do some work and then hear back from them. I ended up with 5 final interviews, and I got 2 offers. And as you can see, I accepted one and rejected the other. So that is what my graph looks like from 2025, trying to find a job.
First off, if you really did apply to all of those, that just seems humanly impossible. It's really kind of difficult for me to see somebody applying for over 1 million jobs on their own without some sort of assistive device, some sort of application that allows them to apply to all of these jobs at one time. And so the kind of thing that comes in mind for me is they are generating some sort of automated message that's going out to everyone, like an automated resume or CV or something that just gets sent to everyone, and it's just AI junk. And so maybe there are some AI screening things that are being utilized to kind of screen people out of the job if they're applying that way. But either way, it just seems kind of ridiculous to have to apply for that many jobs. And if that truly is happening, if people are truly applying for 500 plus jobs, over 1 million jobs, and they're not getting interviews like that, even 500 jobs seem. We'll see.
So I've applied to about 100 jobs in the last week, and I haven't gotten anything back. No one seems interested in me, which sucks. And so I decided a few days ago I'm just going to start learning a high-income skill because I'm not just going to sit there and complain and whine 24/7. So I started learning about AI and AI agents, how I can build things. And I'm hoping with that knowledge, I'll be able to either get a job or start selling that service once I get a little bit more accustomed with it and more proficient. And so that's basically what I'm doing now instead of complaining to you guys about how I can't get a job.
And, that makes a lot of sense because a lot of our workforce is gearing towards more AI and automated things. Even in the medical field, they're starting to utilize a lot of AI software, whether it's for note writing or if it's, the actual machinery to operate for surgery, things like that. There's just a lot of AI replacing the workforce. It's kind of scary.
Hey Tina, so sorry I'm late. Last meeting ran too long. How's it going?
Yeah, no worries. Happens to the best of us. I'm doing good. What about yourself?
Can't complain. Can't complain. Well, I can, but no one will listen. Anyways,
Fair
let's
enough.
let's hop into it. So, I just spoke with the interviewers, and yeah, you nailed both interviews, and your qualifications are more or less exactly what we're looking for. So, I think you'd be a great fit, to be honest.
That's so exciting to hear. Thank you so much for getting back to me on that.
Of course. So, we're going to officially be offering you $32,000 as a base salary with additional benefits and 11 days of available PTO that'll start 60 days after employment. Okay?
I'm sorry not to cut you off like that, but I just didn't see that in my interview process or on the job description that it was $35,000 a year.
No, I said 32,000, but yeah, that's pretty standard for an entry level role in the current market. It's also the midpoint of the range that we shared on the job description.
Gotcha. Okay, well, when I swiped using Sprout to apply, I saw competitor companies offering a much higher salary than that. So is there any possibility of negotiation on that?
Yeah, so for negotiation, I can't, negotiate on call. I have to take that back to the team. Between you and me,
yeah.
This is a pretty generous offer for a new grad role. I remember my first job out of college, like 15 years ago, I was getting paid like $11 an hour.
Well, that was also 15 years ago.
Yeah, no, I get it, but I still think like inflation adjusted, it should be more or less still accurate. But anyways, let me talk with the team and I'll see what they say. Okay.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, take care. Bye.
This is just absolutely ridiculous. Like, he freaking lowballed her so much. He said 32,000, and I don't know if you guys caught that, but she was like, I didn't see that it was 35,000. So she didn't even realize that he was offering even less than 35,000. He was offering $32,000. That, like, how can we even live in this type of economy off of that salary? It's just ridiculous. And then the fact that he was like, well, you're a new college grad. She has a degree and you're offering her 35,000. Oh, let me take that back. 32,000. Wow.
All right, guys. As y'all know, I've been saying that I've been doing so good with my job. And I finally had a job for 3 to 4 weeks. I get the pay stubs. Bitch, guess what? They just gave me my layoff letter. Oh my God, I want to fucking scream. Because I really worked dumb hard. Like, I thought they were going to keep me on. But it's fine. I guess not. Life gives us challenges that we need to overcome. Leon's birthday is in 2 months. Plasma's not going to do it for me, if I'm being honest. What the fuck is going on? Like, I thought my life was making a change for the better. And now, time to find a new job. Honestly, if you guys have anything that y'all could refer me to, please let me know. Leon's birthday's in 2 months. He has appointments. He has stuff that he needs. I'm going to go through a panic attack. I feel it in my fucking soul. I don't know what the fuck to do.
It's just really, really tough. And that's like literally what's happening to a lot of people right now, is they're just losing their job. And it's just like really, really sad because people, like, companies don't have the type of loyalty to their employees like they used to. They're just easy to like fire somebody and hire somebody new. And especially if you're an older employee, then they're more likely to discriminate against you in the hiring process and the firing process, all just to avoid paying you a higher salary than a new grad.
I'm sorry, but I feel like it needs to be like a federal law for jobs and companies to not upload freaking job titles to the internet saying that they're hiring if they're not actually hiring. Because what I started to do is, instead of applying to something that I see, I call first. Hey, like, I saw this job title uploaded. You guys are potentially looking for a whoop-de-whoop. Is this true? More than likely, they're not even hiring at the moment. Like, and it'll say posted 3 days ago. I'm so confused. Like, I feel like a system needs to be put in place where a job, if they're hiring, upload it to the internet, and then get all those applications, close it down when you have hired someone, and if it didn't work out, go through the list of people that have applied, and upload by a need-be basis. Because why are you doing this? Why are you giving me false hope that all these jobs are hiring that I qualify for, and it's not even the case? It's not the case. Maybe I'm salty because, I'm looking for a little new job, but it's just, like, ridiculous.
And it really is like a game that they play. Like, they want to see the type of candidates they are out there. They're trying to fish whether or not to let go of the current employees that they have, if they can hire somebody for less. They really are always fishing. I used to work in HR, and this whole thing about, putting out applications and things like that, they're always in a mindset of recruiting. of recruiting and replacing their current workforce for less. Unfortunately, they're not going to tell you that, but they have to always be expecting, the worst possible outcome, which is losing an employee for whatever reason.